The text message arrived on a Thursday. My monthly bill was increasing by £4.79 from next month. I was 14 months into an 18-month contract. Nobody had asked me whether I agreed to the increase. Nobody had offered me the option to leave. The text said the increase was in line with the terms of my agreement. I pulled up my contract. The terms did include a clause permitting price increases linked to inflation, specifically to the January RPI figure, plus a fixed percentage. This type of clause had become standard across most major networks in recent years. The increase in my case was calculated at RPI plus 3.9%. I also read, further down the terms, something many people miss. There was a right to exit the contract without penalty if a material change was made to the terms. A price increase that was not already specifically fixed in the contract at the time of signing is, according to guidance from Ofcom and rulings from the Advertising Standards Authority, potentially a material change that triggers the right to exit. The specific right and whether it applied depended on how the increase was characterised, whether it was clearly disclosed at the point of sale, and whether it was sufficiently specific to count as a fixed term rather than a variable one. I contacted Ofcom's website and then called the network. The first advisor I spoke to confirmed that the price increase was contractual and that I could not leave without paying the early exit fee, approximately £160. I asked to be transferred to the complaints team and cited the Ofcom guidance on mid-contract price rises and the right to exit. The complaints advisor was more careful. She put me on hold for 9 minutes. When she came back, she said she needed to review my specific contract terms and the point of sale documentation. This was, she said, because in January 2025, Ofcom had introduced rules requiring networks to clearly state the exact amount any price rise would be at the point of sale. Not just the formula, but the actual or maximum figure. Where this had not been clearly disclosed, customers had enhanced rights to exit. She asked me to confirm when I had taken out the contract. I gave her the date. She asked me to hold again. When she came back, her position had changed. She said the point of sale documentation for contracts signed during my period did not meet the current Ofcom disclosure requirements in the way that would be required to enforce the price rise clause without exit rights. She said, as a result, I was entitled to leave the contract penalty-free within 30 days of receiving notice of the price increase. I confirmed I wished to exercise that right. My number was transferred to a new provider. Better value, newer handset, no mid-contract price rise clause. Within a week. No exit fee paid. The £4.79 increase would have cost me £16.76 over the remaining 4 months of my contract. The exit right saved me £160 in exit fees and freed me to move to a better deal. When your mobile network texts you a price increase, mid-contract, do not assume you have to accept it. Check when your contract was signed, look up the Ofcom rules for your period, and ask about your exit rights. You may have more options than the first advisor tells you. Has a phone or broadband company ever tried to change your contract mid-term? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more complete stories with no part 2s that never come, follow the page. New story every day.